I'm back to give you all the latest and greatest from my neck of the woods and the results of my third IUI cycle. So, unfortunately, AF showed up today. It is cycle day 1, and I am not surprised. Just didn't feel any different than I do any other cycle. So, not surprising that it didn't work. And honestly, I'm not that upset about it at all, and I'll tell you why. As some of you may know, I am in school to become a paralegal. I've been working part-time while doing so, and I will be finishing school in a couple of weeks. So about a month ago, I started looking really hard for a full-time job, and was lucky enough to get called back on a job at a top law firm in Chicago, and I went through their interview process and was offered the job. So I've been on cloud nine ever since. It's a dream job for me. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work in school, and I cannot wait to begin. So that will be on December 15th, so just around the corner now. And so basically I will be finishing my current job and my schooling at the same time, and then the following Monday I will be beginning my new job and my bright new future in the legal field. So, yeah, I had a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving, that's for sure. And in Illinois, in order to be eligible for FMLA, which is our federal laws governing employees' rights to maternity leave, I need to work for my employer for a full 12 months, a full calendar year. So if I were to be pregnant right now, I would fall about 3 to 4 months shy of that eligibility requirement. So actually, I could say that I'm better off not being pregnant. And I know that sounds really ironic. We try so hard to be pregnant, but things have changed. And I am actually rather grateful that I'm not pregnant right now, just because I would like to take full advantage of all the rights that I do have as a mother-to-be in my state. Unfortunately, we don't have any federally regulated, maternity leave standard across the board for all new mothers to bond with their newborns. That's just not the way it is. Some states offer more than others, and Illinois is just not one of them. So, long story short, we're going to be putting TTC on hold for 4 months, which would put us at April 2015 before we would want to try again, because at that point, anytime I were to get pregnant going forward from April, I would be sure to be covered by this federally regulated maternity leave. So that's that. And I'm not really that disappointed. Of course, when I started this journey, 4 months felt like an eternity. If someone told me you have to wait 4 months, I would have broke down crying, because I felt like I had waited for so many years leading up to the time when I was finally at a point in my life where I could start trying to conceive. So 4 months felt like forever. But now that I've been trying for, well, let's just say, not preventing for 2 years, trying actively for 13 months, 4 months is nothing. 4 months is a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. And I know a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So thankfully, I have learned the lesson of patience and perseverance, because it's taking us so much longer than the average couple to get pregnant, and 4 months doesn't seem long at all. And so my husband and I are able to look at this in a completely positive way, and it's such a relief to be able to look at things that way after such a long struggle. Also, I want to put my best foot forward with this new job. I don't want to have to deal with first trimester morning sickness and other symptoms that might interfere with my ability to do my job, and all the appointments I'd have to have and whatnot. So this is going to allow me to get settled in at my new job, make my mark there, and then be at a point where I feel settled and secure enough to try again. We're going to be meeting with the RE, next Monday, and so we'll discuss with her all of this then and get her feedback on how things have gone. I feel that I responded really well to the letrozole, so if we were to do another IUI in the future, I would definitely want to stay on that protocol. My husband, as I said, wants to move forward to IVF, and I am keeping an open mind. You know, I think for us women, it's a lot harder to kind of wrap our minds around doing an IVF cycle because we are the ones that have to do all the injections and deal with all of the side effects and the hormonal fluctuations and the bloating and the procedures of the egg retrieval and the transfer and everything. That's all on us. Our husbands are able to just simply donate their genetic material and then be our support. Of course, they have to deal with all of our moodiness and probably will be administering the drugs, but I think the burden is definitely more on the women in this IVF game. So maybe I'm not as thrilled at the idea of doing an IVF cycle. Of course, I am thrilled by the success rates as compared to IUI. And I think that's another reason why my husband is really ready to move forward to that. Of course, it's not only up to us. The doctor would have to give her okay, and then of course the insurance would have to approve us. We're lucky to have such good insurance. I think it would cover a large part of IVF. I don't think it would cover any kind of genetic testing we may want to do, and things that are a little bit more like add-on procedures or testing. So we will discuss all of that. She'll have a much better idea of what the plan of action should be. Do we wait until April, or do I start, going on birth control prior to that so that we can really hit the ground running after 4 months? All of these things will have to be determined, and if she says let's try IUI a few more times, then I will be okay with that. I just want to be okay with that and be okay with where we are in this process and know that we are so fortunate and so lucky to even have these resources at our disposal and such great insurance. So that being said, Adam and I are going to be focusing on our marriage and enjoying our time together. I keep reminding him that, once I'm pregnant, that's it. We're no longer just the two of us. We have to be thinking as a family, as a 3-person family unit. So I think we're going to try to indulge, in our relationship. We'll be in a better financial situation too, so we can enjoy more of what the city has to offer, and some wintertime fun like ice skating, going to movies and museums and whatnot. So that's the plan, and I will try to keep you posted when big news comes up. But other than that, I'm going to be updating more regularly on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll leave the links for those two things below, and please feel free to join me. It would be great to have you along the ride. Thank you to everyone who's been so kind and so sweet and has left such thoughtful comments. You guys really lift me up on a daily basis, and I really couldn't go through all of this without your love and support, so thank you for that. And I'm very excited for those of you who are getting close to the end of your pregnancies now, or have just had your babies. Such good things are on the horizon for you in the very, very near future. Those of you who have your little bundles of joy, enjoy your first Christmas and holiday season with them. And for those who are still trying, don't give up hope and stay strong, because it will happen. It definitely will happen, and it's really just a matter of when it will happen. So we have to dig deep into our resolves of strength, patience, and perseverance, and just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on bettering ourselves and taking good care of ourselves. Focus on the joys of our marriage and our friendships and our family. So, with that being said, I will wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May 2015 be full of health, happiness, good fortune, and lots of dreams coming true. So, on that note, I will say my goodbyes, and thanks again for all your support. Couldn't do it without you. Bye for now.